Okay, recording's on. Here we go. Okay, guys, welcome, welcome to tonight. These are my most favorite calls. My name is Marissa, and I'm sort of going to be leading it tonight with my friend Brittany, who's on. There she is. She's amazing, awesome, love her. So tonight we're just going to talk a little bit about like what is Plexus, what this company is, and who we are as people that use the product and share the product, why we love it, and really like I think also just what makes our team so fun and so special, because there's lots of other teams out there, but why would you choose the leader that invited you here tonight? Because I will say that who you like join with matters. Like it matters a lot. Because you want to be in a place where you have systems in place, you have people that are supporting you, you have people that know what they're doing and that have experience so that you can get that too, especially if you are somebody that is new, or even not, because every company does things a different way, and Plexus truly is different in so many ways. And so you're gonna want the good coaching, you're going to want the support, and I can guarantee that if anybody from this team invited you here tonight, you will get that. So my name is Marissa. Like I said, I have been using Plexus products for a year and a half. I started right after my baby was born, my third baby. She was my second C-section, and I just needed some help. I needed some help. I was a tired mom. I'm a full-time school teacher. My husband coaches college football. So like I'm pretty much solo parenting for a half of the year, essentially. And so I needed some help. I needed some help with having more energy, with just feeling like myself again. And when I heard about Plexus, I thought, okay, I don't really know what this is, but it sounds really good. And I trust my friend that told me about it. And so I think I'm going to do this. So hang on, because I actually want to share my screen so that you guys can see the beautiful slides that I have that goes with this. Okay, here they are. How do I make this big? Big. Okay, here we are. So welcome to Plexus. What if this is your answer, the right time, the right place, the right team? Because this truly is the best opportunity. I am speaking from experience and just trying other things before, and there's just nothing like Plexus because, like I said, I started using the products. I love the way that I felt, and there's just something really special about being able to share something that you truly believe in and something that's truly making your life better. It's very different than so many other things I think that you could have the opportunity to share about, but this is just so good for so many people. And every person that I've ever shared Plexus with has had some sort of positive experience, and it just lights you up as somebody. Like when you have the chance to share with someone else an opportunity that's going to improve their health or help them with their finances, like those are huge things. That is like life-changing things for people in so many ways. And there's just something really, really special about that. So like, what is Plexus? What is this company? What are these products that we love so much? And why do we always share about them? The cool thing about Plexus is there really are all of these different categories. So there's 6 there. So it really like can target a lot of different people for a lot of different things, because we are the premier gut health company. And if you know anything about gut health, you know that it's truly connected to every single part of your body and your mood and your life and how you function. It just is your second brain. That's why it's called that. And that's why people refer to it as that, because it's connected to things like your overall health, disease prevention. It is connected to your skin. It is connected to allergies and your mood. So when I said that I needed help, the thing that stuck out to me the most was hormone balance, because hello, 3 children, and and also like mood. I was suffering from, in the past I had always suffered from postpartum depression and anxiety, and it was just something that as I got older and as my hormones continued to shift after every child, it felt like I was unraveling, and it felt like it was becoming worse and worse. And when I learned that gut health and this super clean, all natural, super yummy looking drink, because I hadn't tasted it at the time, could help me with that, I thought, wow, this is really simple, super simple. Seems like it's simple. And it seems like it could really help me with a lot of different things that maybe I've just been dealing with that I thought was a whole lot just normal in the way that I was going to be, but maybe it doesn't have to be. And it was sort of in a place where it was like, why not try it? Right. I didn't have the money at the time. I think I nearly maxed out a credit card to do it while I was sitting in the rocker and handed over to my friend to place the order for me. Literally nursing the baby, like, take the money, send me the thing. I want to try it. I told my husband I was going to do it for 30 days, and 30 days rolled around and I was ordering again. And so it was like, I loved it. I loved the way I felt. So we target things like gut health. Obviously, after having another baby, I was looking to like get things back in shape. Like weight loss was something that was in my future that I knew I wanted to work on. I knew it wasn't going to happen right away because I just had a baby, but I knew it was something that I wanted to do, and not just like lose weight and then gain it back like right away, like I had done in the past, and not lose weight by like killing myself in the gym because I had a C-section. I knew I had to take it slow, and I had 2 other toddlers at home. It's just not practical for me to be able to spend hours in the gym, which I was doing before, and it was not working. So weight loss was something that came for me later. Nutrition, overall nutrition is things that we target with Plexus. Our multivitamin is amazing, fully methylated with aloe. You can't beat that. You won't find that anywhere else. Those are 2 very, very important things with helping people to get complete nutrient absorption from their vitamins, and not just be wasteful like so many other ones that I spent a lot of money on in the past. Things like skincare. Okay. So let me take you like back. Okay. So I told you a little bit about my postpartum journey, weight loss and nutrition, but skincare was something that I didn't dabble into a little bit later in Plexus, because honestly, I was feeling my skin was healing. It was getting a whole lot better just from using the triplex combo, which is our gut health, because I later learned that it's very much connected to your skin and hormone balance, and where a lot of that inflammation and acne comes from. But I, growing up, forever, had the worst acne, like cystic, very painful acne all throughout my chin and my cheeks. I have scars. I did things like all of the retinol creams. I spent so much money on skincare, all of the creams, all of the microdermabrasions, all of the facials, all of the dermatology appointments. I even did 2 rounds of Accutane, which is a super, very, very, very toxic thing, which helped temporarily. But then once I had kids, my hormones went wild again and it all came back. And it's awful. It's like the most frustrating thing to be walking around as an adult with teenage acne on your face, and then having to spend summers where you want to be carefree in the pool and you're worried about keeping your face covered up with your makeup, and you're hot and you're sweaty. It's a whole thing. It's the worst. I experienced it for a really, really long time. And because of gut health and because of the addition of our amazing cleanser and daytime and nighttime serum, which is the quickest, easiest thing I've ever done as far as skincare, literally splash it on my face. I'll never forget the first time I used it, and I tucked my daughter into bed and she licked my face. I was like, okay, I think she likes it. I think it's good. She was like sniffing all on my face and licked it. And I was just cracking up laughing. I mean, that's what toddlers do. They lick everything, but she literally licked my face because it smells good and it's not like a yucky fragrance. Plexus is really, really good about making sure the ingredients that are in our products are very clean, very safe, because what's the point in having a product that's focused on gut health that is just going to be putting things in there that are destroying that environment? And your skin is the same way. Our skincare is a microbiome skincare for your, it's the largest, what is it called? The largest organ. Thanks, Brittany. I was looking at you. The largest organ on your body. You want to put stuff on your skin that's going to absorb into your bloodstream that is clean and natural and great. Okay, so then also let me take you to my kids, okay? The same one that licked my face loves the kids essentials. We have a kids microbiome drink, which has literally replaced my daughter's addiction for orange juice. She drinks that thing now every day, and we even mix in some hydrate now to keep her nice and hydrated, and they love it. They suck it down like juice, and it's good for them. And my other one, the addition of just the X Factor Kids, we switched out those gummy vitamins that I thought I was doing such a good job at being a great mom and getting them the vitamins that they needed, and it wasn't doing anything but loading them up on some sugar, and it was not helping her use the bathroom. She was a constipated kid ever since the get-go. As soon as I stopped nursing, it was just like it was a nightmare. That's a whole other story of why I love Plexus so much. But when you see your kids suffer and you feel helpless and you can't do a lot, at least you feel like that, and you make one change, which is switching out a vitamin, and all of a sudden they're pooping and they're not scared of the toilet, it does something to you as a mom. And you're like, wow, I think this is legit. That's what happened to me. So we use the vitamins, we keep them stocked all the time. And then just overall wellness, you guys, we have really amazing products as far as immunity, inflammatory products for people with things like arthritis, I don't know, autoimmune issues, so many different categories. So I bet right now, as you're looking at this, you're probably thinking of a handful of people that you could talk to about Plexus, because it's so wide ranged and the products are so good. They literally speak for themselves. Okay. So then moving on to like, who is Plexus then? Like, what is this company? Maybe you've heard of it. Maybe you haven't. If you're like me, I had no idea what it was. No idea at all. I just saw this beautiful pink drink and I thought that looks good. Seems like it could do some things for me. I might give it a try. So we're referred to as the Health and Happiness Company. Our first product was the breast kit, which I think I have right here. I usually have it right here in this drawer. Which is kind of, I guess, a weird place to keep it, but it's right here. But this is the breast kit. This is our first product, which I think is so cool, you guys. You just stick this, right over and give the whole thing a little feel. It's got this film in there that makes it really easy for you to feel any lumps or bumps or anything. And early prevention is a huge piece of anything like breast cancer. And so I love talking about this being our first product, because it just goes to show like the real like humanity behind the people that started this company. It's really about helping people take control of their health and happiness, and really giving alternative options to medicines and things like that, and helping people be just more in control of their health and being more aware. And so I love this. If you don't have this, I mean, it's reusable. You should definitely get it. Okay, we're a debt-free company, privately owned. just have some of the CEO and the founder of the company. I've literally seen them in person, met them, shook hands. They're amazing. Really care about us as customers and ambassadors and people that share Plexus, that listen to feedback, just real humans that really want to make this a positive experience for everyone that touches Plexus. And it speaks volumes. You see it, you hear it in the emails, you could hear it in their, videos that they make, or when you see them in person, they're funny and cool and just feels good. You feel like you're in a good place when you're with Plexus. And that's what's part of what's kept me here for so long, is it feels good. It feels right. It feels positive. It feels like I'm doing very, very powerful, very intentional things in my work, I guess, outside of teaching, with helping people just become more aware and take control. So I want to introduce to you my friend Brittany. She's amazing. I met her through Plexus. Had I not been a part of this community, I would have never met this amazing human being who I love so much. And so I just want you to be able to hear from her a little bit about her story, her business with Plexus, and what brought her here and what keeps her here. Right?
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm going to pull out my phone really quick and give myself a timer, because otherwise I will talk all night. As Marissa said, my name is Brittany and I am from Texas. I was kind of saying that in the chat earlier today. I live in South Texas. I'm a mom of 2. I'm actually a physical therapist as well, but that was my second career. I started off as a teacher and I taught high school, all different subjects. Decided that was a good idea to switch subjects every single year. It's fine. But then I went back to school and did grad school late and became a physical therapist. And that's kind of where I want to jump in and talk to you guys about why I started my health journey, because I started for health as well, and kind of how Plexus has just, honestly, it has kind of just shifted with me through a bunch of different seasons of life. And so I started taking the products 3 years ago, and I had pretty much just graduated physical therapy school. I had had my first baby, the little boy in the picture. I'd had him during physical therapy school. That's a whole nother story. But after graduation, I was working part-time, studying for boards. And in addition to that, I was actually helping take care of my dad. He was not doing well and was in, he had a lot of health issues, but it was super stressful because these health issues tended to turn into emergency situations. And I would get calls at the drop of a hat and have to leave work or just change my day. And he'd be in the emergency room, or I would have to go and bust into his house because he wasn't answering his phone. And it was just really stressful. Every single day that I woke up, I kind of just didn't know what was going to happen. And I think that because of all that stress, it built up in my body and it just started kind of revolting against me. I felt like that I wasn't myself. I wasn't vibrant anymore. I felt like I had no energy to give my family or my patients. And I just felt like just something was just off, totally off. And so it got to the point where I was talking to my sister about this and just telling her how I was feeling. And she kind of told me, she was like, okay, I know this is going to sound weird, but I know this girl and she talks about this stuff. And I was like, well, this sounds super sketchy. What are you talking about? And so she kind of sent me to this girl, and we started, I kind of looked into it and kind of saw what she was talking about. And she was talking about all this gut health and how attacking the gut and getting to the root of the issue can really help some of these issues that I felt like I was struggling with. And so I'm a pretty big nerd. I messaged her and I was like, hey, I'm interested, and I'm really interested. I don't need to hear some crazy big pitch. I just want to know what's in it. Why does it work? Give me the science. Right. So she did. And I decided to jump on board because I was just I need it now. And so some of the first changes that I saw was really just I just started feeling better overall. I couldn't even pinpoint it. I was just I can do this today. Like I can wake up today and I can do this. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm down. And so that's kind of where it started, a little bit into extra energy. And I realized before I even knew this was an issue, I started going to the bathroom better. And I don't even think that's weird to talk about, maybe because I'm in healthcare. I don't really know, but until you know what it feels like to not go every day or not be regular, then you don't know that like that can really kind of ruin your day. And so once that started happening, I was like totally on board. So basically kept taking the products, was starting feeling better, and then found out I was pregnant again with that little girl right there. And again, went deeper into the products and the ingredients. I'm a big believer in just like, put the best things you can in your body. Yes, I eat fast food sometimes, but if I have the choice on what I'm going to take in terms of supplements, like it better be good. So I kind of like dove into all the ingredients and made sure that I felt good putting that in my body while I was pregnant. And I did. Like I felt super confident in it. And I was so excited to have, a pregnancy like that, because we have a lot of girls on our team that have raved about these plexus pregnancies and how good they felt and how much energy they had. So continued the products through my pregnancy, had a healthy baby girl. And then that was all during a pandemic. So my work shifts started decreasing because I was PRN at the time, which basically just means that I work as needed. And we kind of decided I would just stay home with the kiddos for a little bit and make the best of it. Never thought I was going to be a stay-at-home mom. So I'm a worker bee and I like the hustle and bustle. I like to be busy in my life and I like to kind of have my hands in a lot of things. And so I enjoyed working and being a mom. And that kind of got taken away from me, but again, decided to make the best of it. So we're like doing activities and we're doing all these things. And I truly felt I could juggle that postpartum life of a newborn and a toddler so much better because of Plexus. And I'm really grateful for that during that season. So we did that for a while. And then basically it got to the point where I was like, I feel like I've got the hang of this. Like, what else you got? Like I'm ready to kind of do something different. It was kind of crazy because I think I'm kind of a competitive person. And I started like competing against myself, because when I would compete against my toddler, it wasn't very fun because he wasn't very good at things. And so I started like competing against myself, like how fast can I unload the dishwasher? Like how quickly can I vacuum this rug? And I was like really missing just kind of setting those goals for myself and reaching them. And so my friend had kind of asked me a couple of times, like, share your story. Like, why don't you come do this business with us? Because we're fun. We like to set goals. We like to push each other. Come do this with us. And I told her no a bunch. And then I finally just decided to do it. And that was last January. And I have been here ever since. I've actually gone back to work and I still do Plexus because I enjoy our community so much. And so kind of what I've learned is that, the people that are coming to this business, they come from all walks of life. And we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But one thing that you gain when you become a part of this community is you are surrounded by so many people that are pushing you towards whatever goals you have, like the people on my team, they're not pushing for my goals. Like we're pushing for whatever goals they have. Some of them, they use Plexus to fund other dreams that they have. Some of them, they're doing Plexus because they want to leave a job that they're unhappy with. And I'll tell y'all right now, like if you're not at a job or you're not in a community where people are lifting you up and are, giving to you instead of taking from you all the time, then like you've got to go find something else for yourself. I know not all of y'all are moms. I know some of y'all may be younger. I know some of y'all, we might have some guys on here. Your story doesn't have to look exactly like mine. You don't have to, have kids to be successful. You don't have to feel like you have to look a certain way to be successful. Like I'm literally sitting here and like I have zero makeup on. I have, how Marissa's kid licked her face? Well, my kid like bit my head today and I have like she like drew blood for me today. So I'm just telling you that if you come as you are, like you're going to be successful because we have the resources to help you. And it's fun when you do it, and you're going to come away from this a better person because of it. Yeah, that's really what I got. So we can
I
go.
love that. I really love that you, I'm going to go to the next slide because this is kind of like, this is what it is, but you touched on like, you know, who makes up the team. And so go ahead, Britt, tell us some more about like, who do we have here? Who are all of these awesome people?
Yeah, I mean, what's so cool here? I mean, we kind of gave y'all a list and kind of told you, you know, here's some examples, but truly, like when you become a part of this team, you're going to realize that, you know, we have people in college on our team. We have new moms on our team. We have moms who have kids in college on our team. We have some guys on our team. We have, and you know, I will say, like, I feel like we need more guys on our team. I'm not going to lie. I feel like that overall, like it's something I'm working on with my team, because I have someone who wants to share about Plexus, and he's, you know, we're navigating that and we're figuring it out, because what you guys don't realize is that the compensation plan is the same. Whether you're a dude or you're a girl, you can make the same money, which I don't know if y'all know about corporate America and stuff, but sometimes that's not true. So I'm just saying that, you know, everyone has the opportunity to be successful here. And I actually think that dudes have a really good market that they can go into here. And I kind of, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish I had more dudes on my team. So, but we are, you know, we've kind of are from all different walks of life, and we've met each other at some of our events and some of our corporate events. And like Marissa was saying, like never would have known her if we hadn't done this. So it's really cool to be able to meet people from all different places in the US. Like, where do we have people from? Like we have people from the Northeast, California, where else?
It's really cool. Like, you know, going to some of the events, like you said, and meeting the people, and there's something about like the piece that I love so much about Plexus, which I had no idea that I was going to get, is the fact that you're with other people that want to grow. Like, I think that before Plexus, I felt like I didn't really have a lot of those people in my life. I had my husband, and we've always sort of been that way with each other, where, you know, we're always sort of pushing for something. Like he's got dreams, I got dreams, and we tag team them and do it. But other than that, like I haven't really been around somebody that like around a group of people like this that are really working toward common goals. And separate goals too, but can support each other in that. Like, you know, what's cool is like Brittany's business does not affect my business, but we support each other in that because we want to see each other succeed. We talk about the things that we do to grow personally. And for me, actually, like I did not have any extra time to do anything like this when I first started sharing. I started sharing Plexus from the get-go because I loved the way that I felt. I didn't waste any time with sharing with my mom, the people close to me. My mom, my sister, my cousin were some of my first friends that ordered with me, and they said, okay, you like this, I'm gonna do this. You all have those handful of people in your life that will just do something probably with you because you're excited about doing it. So keep that in mind for later. But like, I didn't have any extra time, but what was cool was I found that even though I didn't have extra time, I had a newborn, 2 toddlers at home, and a husband that was very, very busy during football schedule. And I was a full-time school teacher. At the time, I was working virtually. Like we were a hot mess, express, but I found that I found so much joy in being around these people because they were working on themselves. And I knew that was something that I needed to do. I was feeling crappy when I first started Plex. This is what brought me here. I was feeling crappy physically, which then was cyclical, right? Like I wasn't doing the other things that I knew that I should be doing to feel good. But then when you're around other people that are working on those things, it's really hard to not want to do them too. Like, oh, you read what book? What did you listen to today? Like, what are you doing as your morning routine? I know I need to step up my morning routine. Like, there's always those things. And when you're with other people, like, it sort of reminds me of like when I was younger in high school, and like I did like competition cheer. And so it's kind of being a part of something. Yeah, girl. It's kind of being a part of something like that, where like you're all working towards something, and you all have your own skills and things that you contribute to the team, but you're all working towards something, and you want to better those other people. And it feels really cool as an adult to be a part of a team that's as special as that. Like, I know these people's like husbands' names and their kids' names, and what they do outside of Plexus, and we talk about those things and we check in on each other. It's just really fun. And I have great friends outside of Plexus. It's not that, it's different though. It's a different connection with people when you're working toward really big dreams, and maybe you don't have those really big dreams in this moment. You don't know exactly what it is that you're working toward. But to know that that can be possible with something like this, working on your own time, is really special. So I wasn't intending on talking that much about this slide, but I get really passionate about that because I love them. I love these people, all these people in these pictures. We've had so much good times, and I can't wait to see them again soon. Okay, so then why Plexus? Like, why us over different companies? Because there are lots of opportunities out there. I really think that network marketing is the future of how so many people are going to be making their living in the near future. And so anyway, so why us? Like, what makes a difference? There's no required purchase. You're already going to be getting your products. That's it. That's all you need to do. Get your own products. There's no inventory. For me, this was a huge selling point because I know. I just know I don't want to carry inventory. I don't want to feel tied down to having to sell what I have personally. I do not want to go to the post office. Please don't ever make me go to the post office, because doing that with children in tow, doing it period. What am I talking about? Before I even had kids, don't put me to the post office. It's just not going to happen. It's not my place to be, and I don't want to have to do that. You don't have to do parties. I personally love some of the private events that we do, but you don't have to. There's no like saying you have to do it this way. Yes, we have systems that work, and you're highly encouraged to use them, but there's no like Brittany was saying, there's people that's coming from all different places that have found success. And so there's no like one exact way to do it. The only thing that we do that we are very, very like, I guess, proud of, in a sense, something that we really want from the people that join us, is to just be you. Please be authentic. Please be genuine. Don't be all about the sale. Be about the connection. Be about the connection and the sharing of the stories, and sharing your excitement. Really is where it all comes down to. And what's this last one that's being covered up? Oh, no quota. Like, there's no. And this is cool too, because you don't ever have to feel like you have to sell a certain amount, or you have to hit a certain number to anything. There's no quota. It's literally you on your own time, in your own space. There's some days where I'm on the go and I'm working my business in the very nooks and crannies of my day. When I say that, I am not kidding. I'm talking like sitting in the car for an extra minute before we head in to send a message real quick. I'm talking about while the water is boiling for dinner, I'm listening to a podcast. I'm talking about things like, and literally running over to my notepad to write something down that I don't want to forget. Like, I just work it in what works for me. And you know what? If my kids are having a meltdown that day and they need me a little extra time, there's nobody telling me that I can't give them that, which is beautiful. Okay. Now, Britt, this you.
Yeah. Okay. So I want y'all, how I was mentioning how we all kind of come here for different reasons. Whether your family needs the extra finances for XYZ, or you want to leave your job, or maybe you want this extra money so that you can go travel, or you want this extra money so that you can start your dream business. I want y'all to kind of think about, like, truly, dream big, because we're going to do our big answers here. And I want you to think like, if no one was holding you back and time wasn't holding you back and responsibilities weren't holding you back, and you truly could just dream really big on what would make a huge impact in your life, whether it's for you personally or for you and a family, I want you to kind of look at this little chart on the left, and it gives a monthly and annual average income. And I want you to type in the chat which rank based on the monthly value would make a huge impact for you and your family. So I'm going to give y'all about 10 seconds to kind of read the chart and throw your answers in the chat for us. Senior Ruby, Senior Gold, Senior Gold, Senior Gold. Awesome. Awesome. Yes. Ruby, y'all keep throwing them in there. Y'all keep throwing them in there because it's so exciting to see, you know, kind of where everybody's head is at. And then if you look over to the right, this is just like our close team and kind of like our sister teams that we work really closely with. This is how many of each of the ranks that we have. And honestly, we made these slides several months ago. All of these numbers have like skyrocketed, to be truthful. For instance, literally yesterday, I had a girl on my team ranked senior silver. And then today I had another girl ranked gold. And so it can happen that quickly. And so we're going to go over to the next slide and kind of just give you a little tidbit on what it looks like, you know, maybe on a monthly incentive. Look here. So, okay. So for example, in November, and I'm going to give you a really specific example because my girl who just went senior silver, it's her second month doing Plexus products and the business. And she added 7 this month. And when I say like added 7, that basically just means that she has been sharing authentically, like Marissa was saying, on her social media. And tons of people who she has shared Plexus with is just her family. She's added like her uncle, her brother, her sister, her brother-in-law, just people that she's been kind of sharing about her journey with. And this month alone, she added 7 people, and just her bonuses alone, she was at $595. And then you get commissions on top of that. And so without going into a ton of details, what's super cool about Plexus is that you get paid out in weekly amounts, and you also get paid out once a month for your commissions from the month before. And so it's so cool because you'll open up like your email and it's like, you got paid. And I'm like, I'm just sitting here doing nothing. This is awesome. So it's pretty cool in that sense that like, you're just constantly like getting these awesome emails, especially around Christmas time. You know what I mean? So that's just like my one girl in particular, and she's new, right? So she kind of has, you know, she has all these people coming to her, but I want to tell y'all that I've added 6 people this month, and I've been doing this for over a year. And I say that because you aren't going to run out of people. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to run out of people to talk to, or I don't know that many people. Well, I guarantee you, everyone you know has a stomach, and they are going to have some issues, whether it be because their stomach is out of whack or their gut's out of whack, and they're having to, you know, they're having anxiety because of it, or they have an autoimmune disorder. But I guarantee you, you will be shocked at the people who come out of the woodworks and want to know about this pink drink. So if you are being authentically yourself, then people are going to want to talk to you about this stuff. So this is just kind of a little tidbit on what it may look like on a month-to-month basis. And it changes, but overall, this is a really good example of it.
Yeah. And this November referral bonus should be the same, even coming up in December. So if you're like thinking about getting started, you can expect something like this to be what would be, you know, these are like, you know, bonus incentives for December. And so like Brittany said, the girl that she just helped, her just bonuses were $595. So that's even more than what it's showing here for 6 people. And so these are estimates, or truly estimates. But also like I just want to hit on a couple things that Brittany said, because she's like, I'm going to run out of people. I cannot tell you how many times I've heard people that say that they don't know anyone. They don't have anyone that would want to buy their products. Their friends don't buy stuff like this. And that they just don't have a lot of friends or whatever, like that sort of like, their market is or whatever. That truly is all just something that you're telling yourself. Because like I said, my first three people were my mom, my cousin, and my sister. And then I did like a little private event, and I had one of my good friends that ordered from me. She works the business with me now. We started it right away. We both got started right away sharing, and we still do it together. I have people like, I'm a school teacher, so I have people like old principals, old teachers that like the principals. I have two former principals, and I will tell you right now, principals need plexus. Their life is stressful. It's a hard job. I tell all of my friends, because I still am at school, and I'm like, listen, how many times, if you're a teacher, just raise your hand if you're a teacher, okay? How many times, or a parent that sees tired teachers on a daily basis, yes, and the car line, and they're like dying to get your kid in the car so that they can go home too. Those people are teaching the future of our world. Those people need plexus, because we want people in our classrooms that feel good, that feel inspired, that are going to instill that into our children. Can you tell that I'm very passionate about this? I'm like walking around handing samples out all the time. Here's an active for you. Here's an active for you, because they need energy to keep up with the kids. It's important. And so anyway, if you feel that you do not have people, you have people. Some of the people that came out of the woodwork for me when I first like put my first post up of like me mixing up my pink drink, like, hey, I didn't have a story yet. I just felt good. So if you're like, I don't have a big story, I don't have this huge transformation, it doesn't matter. If you're excited about what you're doing and you're sharing hope with people. I was like, hey, my friend said this is going to help me with my anxiety. Like, hey, my friend, she's feeling great, and she's going to the bathroom every day. You will never if you feel weird about saying that, there's a lot of people out there that need help going to the bathroom every day. Okay, there's a lot of people. I had like my parents' friends coming to me. Those were a lot of my first people. Were like my mom's good friends were like, hey, what's this stuff? I need some help with my hormones. Or even former students' parents that they find you on social. They do. They find you, and then they're like hit you in your DMs like, hey, I need some help with this. Or even kids, they're like, hey, my kids have, are having this problem in school. Do you think these vitamins are going to help them? I'm telling you, I have heard it all. And you have people, okay? You have people. You don't have to have a story. You don't have to be a seller, okay? I'm a teacher. I didn't know what I was doing. I was literally sharing excitement. I've never done a marketing class or any of that in my whole life. Nothing. I didn't even know anything. I could teach you how to multiply. I could teach you how to read. and I can teach you a system that's as simple as this, because it's really cut and dry. If you're coachable, if you're willing to put in some time, you can be successful. That's really all it takes. Listen to the person that invited you here. Do what they ask you to do. And some of it might feel scary. You might be like, ooh, I don't post. I can't tell you how many times I don't post. You're just so good at it. You're just naturally so good at it. No, I'm not. I'm not. It's
Let
not
me tell you this. Hold on. Marissa is really good at posting, but she didn't used to be great at it. She got better. Also, she's really cute in her pictures, but let me just tell you, like, I post ugly pictures and I'm like, listen, I'm a crazy worn out mom. And I just like had a crazy day at work and I had like a patient throw up on me. But you know what? I drank my active and I had a better day after that. Or it helped me with my documentation and I could focus and put all the crazy out of my head. So yeah.
So whether you're a poster or not a poster, or you're not we don't want you to be a salesperson anyway. We want you to just share some stories. We want you to just share your excitement. Like, you've got dreams, you've got goals, you've got health things that you want to tackle. And there are other people that have those too. So like, don't be afraid to share them. And even if it feels uncomfortable to you now, like Brittany said, everything gets a little easier. The moment you step out of that comfort zone, that little box that you put yourself in, yes, I'm going to speak very candidly to you because I used to be that person. Okay, so this might hurt a little bit, but that little box, that little, that you put yourself in for a little while, time to step out. Okay. and go for it, because if you don't, every time you stick that foot out a little bit more, it gets easier, and it's so freeing. I posted about this today in my stories because I will never get over that time when, oh, I feel like I might get emotional, that time when like my husband looked at me and he was like, "I'm so proud of you." And I said, "Okay, what's going on?" And he's like, "I'm so proud of you because I know when you first started doing this pink drink thing, like, he was kind of like, what are you doing? How long is this going to stick around? Like, what's happening?" But he's like, "What's been really cool is to see how much you've grown personally." So it's not even like the money that's coming in, which is amazing because that's a whole other story. It's literally helped him to be able to take risks in his career that he's never been able to do. It's given us choices, so many choices that we never had before. But like that moment when you have those people that love you and know your flaws in and out, and they can look at you and say, like, "You have grown so much. I can see this change in you, this confidence in you." And like just him looking at me in this way where it was like, he loved me all over again is just a moment I will never forget. And it's not just about the business that's done that for me or just the products. It's the whole piece. It's the whole experience. It's the people that are in my life now that's helping me to be better. And it's not just him that I'm relying on to help me be better. I can step away from that and I can be better and then be able to go back into, wife and mom mode and show up for them in the best ways that I can. Whereas before, I was giving them the worst of me every day because I was an exhausted teacher with kids at home, going through postpartum depression and anxiety. I felt like crap. I wasn't pooping every day. I had acne all over my skin, and I thought that that was going to be my normal. And all of a sudden, this beautiful little pink drink and these people popped into my life, and it's like, I can't even, it's so crazy to think about the change. It's remarkable, and it could be for you. So like the box, we can break the box a little bit. Okay, we can pull down some of those sides little by little. So like how do you how do you get started? I don't know. I lost my analogy. I didn't know what I was doing. So like how do you get started? Okay, whoever invited you here, obviously they're not salesy or else you wouldn't be here. So if you're worried about being salesy, just get rid of that. Okay, we don't want you to be salesy anyway. Connect with them. Let them tell you the next things that you should do. Let them help you draft a first post. Let them help you dream. Okay, like forget about all that nitty gritty of your to-dos next and just think about what your life could be like. What are the things that would change? Okay. Yes, of course, bringing in extra money is great, but you got to think further than that. Like, what would change in your life if you had an opportunity? What are the things like, what are the different experiences that you could have? What are the different things that you could share with your network of people? How much more could you give? How much more could you be able to have in retirement or pay off those student loans or just have experiences where you're not looking back in photos and hating the way that you look, looking back in photos and having the memory of, I can tell you this a million times, feeling super crappy in that moment and feeling sad or whatever, or battling the mental things that are happening in that moment rather than just remembering the experience. Like think of those things and let you like dream with your sponsor and then sit down and make your list, do your post and share your hopes and dreams with the people around you. And I can guarantee you, you're going to have people coming to you. I'm not saying that it's not going to be any work. It's going to be work. You're going to have to put in some work eventually. Yeah, people might come flowing in at first. It's going to feel great. But like you got to you got to support them, you know. But dream, think about what could be, because that right there is your golden ticket. When you have that in your mind, there's no one or nothing that's going to get in your way. Promise. But that's it. So look at us. Look at this team. And this was last year. Well, no, that was this year. That was this year. I'm already thinking 2022. That was this year. And this is not even everyone anymore. But look at this shining stars. So this could be you. I'm going to open it up just for a second if there's any questions, or take a minute to like look in the chat, because I haven't at all. And maybe I'll stop recording actually. And then if anybody wants to like ask a couple questions, we can do that before we hop off, because I know we're running a little bit long, because I could be a little long-winded sometimes. So